Da 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 da. That's I'll have to come up with an intro song.
What song is that? I know
I
that
don't
song.
know. It's somebody that I listen to. She always does it. Da 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 da. It's like the Family Feud theme song or something, I think. Because she's really good, but she's been driving me crazy with that little song. Hey guys, what's up? We
Hey,
are
Potty
live.
Mouth Mama.
See a vape question from Giggles that I did try to answer. Hi Giggles. Jen Vaughn. She's got
Kimberly.
refreshments apparently to keep everybody chilled out in the heat.
Mary Wunson.
Mario,
Hey, guys.
what's up? How's it going? It's busy out there right now. So thank you for being here, by the way.
Welcome, Christy.
Christy. Hi, Christy. Welcome. Oh, seeking the refreshment stand? I missed that one. I thought you were the refreshment. Hey, Sin, what's up? Hey, Mary Munson. Oh, my goodness. Sally Spencer. Hi, Willow. Welcome in. Okay.
Sally.
Wait a minute. Hang on. Willow says some BS being spewed right now. No
Oh.
way. That never happens around here.
Oh,
Dang.
no. Do we have to compete with BS being spewed? Because we will lose that battle.
Yeah, we will for sure. That's
That's
okay though.
okay.
We're fine being losers. It's okay. It's okay. We're okay being losers. We don't mind. Let the jokes begin. Attack! Attack! You can use all the caps you need to use, Mary. Don't even worry about it, girl. We have a high tolerance for everything.
Yeah, is that a thing? Oh yeah, I've heard some creators complain about that. Like, why are you yelling at me?
Thank you, Giggles. Live chat reminder. Yeah, I mean, some people take it like that. I haven't heard that really used much since like the 90s. Since the days of AIM or AOL or whatever it was.
I don't type in all caps because to me it's harder to read.
Yeah, and for some
So,
people, they can't see it at all. Yeah, she says, I need them to see. Yeah, for some people, they just can't see. That's
yeah.
gotta suck having to tell people, oh, by the way, I just have to type in all caps. I'm not yelling at you. But it's good to know. That's very polite of you. So, should we just get into it? Or do we want to give people a moment? Because there's stuff going on right now. You guys all
Okay.
know.
I've
And
been busy, so I have no idea what's going on because I've been running around. So
there's a
I
couple of
haven't,
competing streams at the moment.
okay. I haven't
Yeah.
been YouTubing really for the past 2 days because I needed a break
Yeah.
from last week.
Mm-hmm.
Last week was crazy.
It was. No way. Crazy.
Yeah. It was. It was probably worse than ever.
It's, I mean, it depends on your definition of worse, right?
Hmm.
Because it keeps getting more. And I don't know if it's because we have more channels, more people are going live or doing videos. I don't know. I don't know.
Hey,
I
just
don't
for
know.
you, 247.
Hey, welcome in.
So, yeah, I mean, last week for me was exhausting
Mm,
and disappointing. And I I couldn't keep up with it all. And I usually feel like I kept up with everything.
mm-hmm,
But last week there were creators that streamed twice a day for several days,
mm-hmm.
for
And some
many
that said,
hours.
see you guys later, but not tomorrow. And boom. Right in the morning. Boom, there they are live. Like, oops, hi Pokey T, welcome in.
And
Yeah.
so, yeah, you just can't stay on top of everything. I feel like I'm probably not the only person that's a little bit confused because they just couldn't catch everything. Sure, I'm not the only one.
So when I spent a lot of time listening to most everything, I was very disappointed in myself. I'm sorry. It's just true. I was very disappointed in myself because I couldn't believe how much of this I was able to follow. I was like, wait a minute, what am I doing with my life? Hey, Blackhearted, welcome in.
Hey, Blackhearted.
Good to see you guys. But yeah,
Oh,
I
yay,
get
just for
disappointed with myself.
you. 247 is also confused. Thank you. I feel better. I feel better now. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, man,
I'm sorry, giggles.
last week was something else. I do think last week was definitely extra. Don't you think it was extra?
Yeah. When you say last week, you mean this past week?
Yeah, this
leaning through the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a possibility that the upcoming week will be less because some people may or may not be going live on a recurring basis.
Yeah.
Hopefully people are enjoying summer a little bit. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I'm glad you got to take a break so that you could enjoy some of your real life without sometimes it gets to be where you start to feel like if I hear this one more time, I might start to care. So I can't listen to it because I can't care. Okay. And I'm not trying to be mean.
So you're starting to care.
Well, no, it's one of those things where you like, it's kind of a gate, you know? And once you start to cross the border of that gate, you have to close it. I have to close it. Other
Yeah.
people, hell no.
Well, I think it's because we saw some shady stuff, and that always, you have an emotion about that,
Mhm.
and um, we lurk more than we chat because, we try to look at things logically and not get too involved emotionally and everything. But when you see all this shady stuff happening, you are either going to be angry or disappointed or worried
Mhm.
about the dangers of this platform. And so, yeah, I mean, you can't just not have any emotion about it. That's for sure. And I felt that way last week because I went through many emotions with all the stuff that was being exposed. And,
Exposed.
I hate to see people stabbing their friends in the back, exposing private messages. I mean, I hope no one, I wouldn't do that to someone, and I hope no one would ever do that to me. So that gives me a bad feeling. But at the same time, when people are doing things that they shouldn't be doing that makes this community unsafe, I'm
Mhm.
glad that it's being exposed. So I
Yeah.
had that feeling of, like, oh, this isn't good. These are private messages. And then the other thing, like, this needs to be exposed. Like, so both
Mhm.
sides of that, I was taking both sides.
Yeah, it's rough. And, uh, look, there's not even two sides. There's like one side per creator. I'm sorry, everybody's on their own side at the end of the day. That's just a
Mm-hmm.
fact. Everybody knows it. And if they tell you otherwise, cuckoo. Either that or they just need you to believe that because, anyway, whatever. I won't get into that. We don't get into that stuff here. We just want to talk conceptually about what's been going on
Yeah.
and give an opinion and let you guys express yours. So I should give the disclaimer
Yes.
that we are not relevant. We know it. We don't have everything figured out. We're just here trying to figure out things using logic. We might get it wrong, so disagreement with our views is welcome here or elsewhere. We'd love you to do it here, though, okay? Also, we're not here to promote channels or spread hate to other channels. Everyone in this chat is free to express their views. Excuse me. I choked on my own word. Everyone in this chat really is free to express their views, and the views of the chat don't necessarily reflect the views of myself or Speak Truth with Love, which make up this panel.
And people could definitely find themselves disagreeing with us today. So remember, feel free to do that. We don't mind at all. So yeah, so we're talking about last week a lot of exposing of what looks to be shady behavior. And we're going to talk a little bit about the cycle of shadiness around here. And not just around here. I'm sure it doesn't just apply to YouTube.
No. It's probably plagued most of social media. I mean, some people are part of groups that are not YouTube, where things like that happen on a regular basis. People get in all-out wars and start dropping all sorts of stuff they might regret later.
So yeah.
Or not regret. Some people don't.
Yeah. So yeah, so this week we had just a lot of private conversations that got exposed, which is actually what happened the week before that too. And we talked about it last week. But this was new information. And it seems that in our community, we have creators that engage in shady stuff behind the scenes. Real life stuff, sharing private information, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they tend to part ways with people that either saw the shady stuff or engaged in it with them. And when they part ways with their old friend exposes them. I mean, this didn't just happen last week. This has happened a lot, but last week was just kind of extra.
Yeah, it was very extra. Last week, it went back to the days of, it went back to 2018. Let's just get real. It went back to the end of 2018 last week. Hi, Spooky Girl. Welcome in. Yeah, it was a long history of things that got talked about and exposed or whatever.
What happens after the stuff gets exposed is the creator cries victim of a witch hunt. You know, they're being lied about.
Yeah, they're the next Roger Stone, man. It was a witch hunt. Attack!
There's a whole mob of people that are out to get me and all that. And so they start to play the victim.
Yep.
And, you know, that's the cycle that you can see on our thumbnail, that it's being shady, getting caught, and then claiming to be a victim.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of times there are creators that play the victim before they ever get exposed for anything. Like, they'll complain about people talking bad about them or just disagreeing with them. And it's weird because the worst thing you can do when someone is victimizing you is to draw attention to it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the person victimizing you wants to see your pain. So normally when someone's, you know, talking bad about you or disagreeing with you, you shouldn't, you know, draw attention to it.
Well, so, I mean, unless, hey, listen, there is money in being a victim, by the way, right? So if there's a payout, sometimes people will draw more attention to it. Unless, and there are some people, I'm just going to say, you know, I don't want to be too cynical here. There are some people that are just new. Like, they literally could have just found the internet today.
Yeah.
right? And they don't know, they instantly respond. And so I think sometimes people want to give people a chance and say, well, maybe they're just new to how these things work. They're new to these people. They don't understand, and I think
Mm-hmm.
that's fair. But when it keeps happening over and over and over, I wonder, is anybody asking themselves, what part did I play in the situation? Or is it just like, look at what Susie did to me? I don't know anybody named Susie. That's why I said it.
Yeah. Well, and so, like we were saying, when people get exposed, they definitely start saying, I'm a victim of a witch hunt, or,
Hmm.
you know, uh, people lying about me. But, in thinking about this, I was thinking, sometimes they claim to be a victim before they ever get exposed, because
Mm-hmm.
people are, just disagreeing with them or finding fault with them.
Okay.
And,
Oh,
and I was,
criticizing them.
yeah, criticizing them. Thank you. Yes. Um, because it's like they want people to see them as a victim before anything really bad comes out about them. And so when I
Damage
see,
control.
yeah, when I see someone playing up their victimhood, that's a red flag for me that they might be shady.
Yeah.
And so what usually happens is they end up being shady because someone exposes them. Because eventually everybody gets caught on here. Eventually your
Everything comes
shady,
out
yeah, your
with
shady
your.
stuff
Hmm.
is going to come out. And their followers already feel bad for them, because they already played the victim before they got exposed for their shadiness. So their subs or followers already feel bad for them and will never believe anything bad about them.
Yeah.
Or they'll accept their justifications for their actions. So, because, well, this person is, already going through so much and, maybe they had to do what they did, that kind of thing. And so, when they deny, the followers believe them. And when they justify, their followers agree with their justifications.
Wait, say that again.
When when a shady creator denies what they're exposed for,
Okay.
their followers will believe them.
Well, and
Or
people
if
want
they
to.
justify the shadiness, their followers will agree
They
with
might
their
back them up.
justifications.
They might back them up. Yeah, true. Hi, Flower Power. Welcome in, guys. Sorry if I'm missing anybody. Spooky Girl. Welcome in, you guys. Look, we have people in our chat. M's Coffee Convos. Thank you for being here, M. That even I was like, what is this woman doing? I mean, sometimes we see people doing stuff and we're like, what's going on? But sometimes people need to get their sea legs on, right? So it makes sense that people might come to their rescue, you know, to kind of try to help out with the situation and stuff. But when you see a pattern established,
Mm-hmm.
I would hope. I mean, I have to ask myself, what am I responsible for in this situation if I feel shitty about something? Um, but it's not really shady. The shady stuff, it gets very deep and people feel very passionate about it and they want to fix things for people. And you can't fix shady. Some people just have that trait. Some people will make a shady decision. Some people are just shady, right? And
Yeah.
all that really means is they have a different level. They have a different definition of what's okay than you do. In my opinion, that's what I think
Yeah.
shady means. They just have a different level of what's okay. But I could be
Well,
wrong.
I mean, it's okay for them to do it to other people.
Hmm.
They don't want it being done to them.
Well, of course.
So
Duh.
they know it's not okay. I'm sorry. I might disagree with you a little bit. They know it's
Okay.
not okay, but they think it's okay for them to do.
I was trying to be nice,
Oh,
but
sorry.
it's okay.
Oops.
Gotta be honest. Hi, Natalie.
Yeah.
Welcome in.
Um so this week, I was watching the chats as creators were being exposed, and there were people streaming each other, which is now just completely normal around here. And so I thought about something that Thomas Jefferson said. um he said, what was it, the government you elect is the government that you deserve. And I
Mm,
think that statement translates to
it
other
does.
aspects of your
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
And I think that the creators you support are the creators you deserve.
Yep. 100% agree with that one, girl. It's true because, listen, if you guys hate all of this, right? Nobody likes this. Nobody enjoys it. It's not helpful to anybody. Nobody shows up. People will stop going live. We'll stop going live. Like people, if people boycott, if you boycott someone and it's not profitable anymore, either through attention or money, it'll it'll end eventually. We've seen it happen multiple times. I have, without naming names. I know you guys can think of at least one or two people. And I'm not talking about temporarily hiding your channel or anything like that, because we have seen that too.
Well, because of the support that people receive, even though they're clearly involved in things that they should not be involved in. To what level, I can't say, based on what I've seen, none of it looks good, right?
It depends. That might be how they are. Maybe that's what they like.
Yeah,
And
but it's
if that's what
not,
they like, then who am I to tell them
it's
not to
not
do it, right?
okay. It's not okay to show Google Earth images
Yeah,
of people's homes. It's
not
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 okay
for
to
me.
share articles about people's family members
Not for
or
me.
to share private images. I mean, like we've said a million times, there used to be a time in this community where everyone agreed
No.
that that wasn't okay because it
Mm,
makes us all less safe to
mhm.
do things like that. And so I predict that things are going to get worse, because when this type of information comes out, that people are looking people up,
Mhm.
sharing the information, and I mean really looking people up, like mapping out their
Yeah,
house
like
and
digging
stuff.
into their stuff.
This week in text messages, I saw a Google Earth image of somebody's house. Okay. That's just
Yeah.
crazy to me. And so the reason why I predict
Did
that
it
things
have
are going to
grass on
get
the roof?
no, no,
Okay, I'm kidding.
I don't even think I know whose house it was supposed to be, but it
Okay.
was still, I knew it was a sub or, someone in the community. Um, but the reason why I think that things are going to get worse is because people that are doing these types of things are still receiving support.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
now this shady stuff has been normalized. To them, it's like, oh, well, I can do this kind of stuff. I can justify my actions or deny what I did,
Mhm.
even though it's right there. They
Mhm.
know that they will not lose support when they keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
When they get busted out, they still get support. And so that can't be good. I mean, to me, I'm like, wow, this is going to get worse, because, what is going to deter these people from doing this?
Well,
And
it depends if it's good. That I still think it depends on the definition. For me, it's not good, but some people enjoy it. If they didn't enjoy it, Why would they continue to go through that cycle? Hi, Melody Sunny. Am I making sense?
Well, I mean, I guess they're just nosy, but we know that sharing information around here gets people doxxed
Yeah.
and it gets people swatted.
Yep. It is step one. And we said it before. I don't know where I said it, if it was here on my channel or whatever. We've talked about this before, that the first thing, it was probably here. The first thing that, people will do sometimes is just throw information out that they know about somebody because they've been looking them up. I think it was when we were talking about, how do people feel about it? They're like, oh, yeah, people look people up. It's like, well, okay. But that's how this stuff gets out. That's step one.
Well,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, you said that before, and I like how you put that. That's step one. Looking people up and sharing it is step one to something bad happening.
Well, Thank You Next is asking, do you think if they got a bunch of backlash by their supporters, do you think they would stop?
At least for a time they would, I mean, this is what I was hoping to see in their chats. I was just hoping that, some of their supporters would say, why are you showing Google Earth images of someone's home?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you sharing articles about people's family members?
Were
Why?
their subscribers asking the question, like their supporters
I
or
didn't
their
see any.
detractors?
Well, in their chats, I didn't see a lot of detractors.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they were allowed in there. But I
Mm-hmm.
was I was mainly paying attention to their supporters because I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
see their supporters say, "Hey, I'm worried by this. I'm not okay with you doing this. I thought you were better than this."
Yeah.
Something. But
Yeah.
instead, it was just like, "Oh, this is so unfair to you, and I believe everything that all your justifications." It just,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't feel like their supporters were upset. And so why
Yeah.
would they stop?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a really good point. I mean, if people in my chat start disagreeing with me about anything, I have to stop what I'm saying or what I'm doing and think about it. I would expect anybody running a channel to do the same. I would, just because of the nature of how being on a live stream is. Also, welcome in, Mildly Sunny. Hi. Um, so Willow says, I for one am amazed, and why people engage is appalling. I don't type, but my blood has come to a boiling point. So she wants to just straight up go back to lurking. So thank you for engaging here with us. We really appreciate it because it can be trying. And Pookie T, the same thing. She said recently she's had to go back to kind of like being more quiet in chat.
Pookie also said that I think she's speaking about the people in the chats that they're too scared to ask those questions that I was just saying, like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Because they're in fear of having the same thing done to them.
Yeah. Yep. That's a
I
really,
mean,
really good point. And that's a big no no. YouTube terms of service. You're not supposed to harass your subscribers. Sorry. That's a big no no. But we won't get into the details of that. Oh Lord. That's good. People are thriving in the climate though. So
well, I was going to say that. So I am in other communities
yeah.
um,
Same.
that
Oh
I should be
God.
spending more time in.
Sorry. No offense. Me too, thank goodness.
And okay, and I've heard that there's other communities out there where craziness happens. I think, what is it, the knitting community or something? I don't know. I
Well,
don't.
it's every community on YouTube. Every
No, it's
single one.
not. That's
It
what I was
kinda is.
gonna say. I am in communities that don't argue with other creators in that community. And they never have panels with people arguing over their relationships with creators and subs and mods.
Okay. So there may not be shadiness, outward shadiness in every community, right? But in every community, human beings have disagreements. That's the way I should have said that. People always have disagreements. There are always going to be people who don't agree with 100% of what anybody's saying, right?
Right, but it's
The
how you
division is different.
handle
Yeah.
the disagreeing.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And I mean, there are communities on YouTube where when people disagree with each other, they just agree
Yep.
to disagree because
Yep.
they're grown, mature people who create real content. And that's what they put their energy into instead of putting their energy into trying to get back at people that disagree with them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm with you on that one too.
And you know what? This is not going to be popular, what I'm about to say.
What else is new?
But hear me out. Some of the communities that I'm talking about that I'm in or participate in that don't have drama like this, they are dominated by male creators.
Yeah, I know. It's a bunch of women, dude.
Is this what we want to portray as a
Hey.
as a more majority female community that we're in here in the true arguing community? That we're petty, immature, shady people that only know how to argue instead of being people that are interested in intelligent content? Like, is that what we want to portray?
Mary Winston says, no, I'm in other communities that don't do this stuff. I don't think it is what we want to portray.
I mean, look, I know that women like drama more than men. I get that. But this shady, dangerous stuff, it's going to get worse. It is going to get worse.
Well, you have some males, right? You have some peacekeeper males, and then you have some drama males. Listen, this comment from Mildly Sunny is for you. Speak truth to love. I'm saying so. They're not. I am.
What
and
is
it's a
it?
very
Can you
good
read
point.
it?
Yes. Mildly Sunny says part of the problem is if you don't watch the shady creators, then you have no idea what's happening in streams of those you do like. We're talking about it. It's a really valid point.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Well, and I mean, Mildly Sunny, I'm in those chats too, but I'm lurking and I am supporting them with a view, but I am definitely not in supporting them with my words or my money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the other thing. There's different levels and types of support, I guess. Let's see. So Pookie T says, I'm about to restart my channel. Good for you. And go in a whole other direction from Shady Community. I'm getting ready to start a whole series on my channel. Okay, good. Congratulations. Listen, if you're not doing like crazy stuff, you're going to get less views, right? We know this. It's a longer road. You just have to keep putting in the time and try to set yourself apart, I think, and it can be difficult. But we should we need to support people doing that if we mean what we're saying here. I'm sorry, we do. Oh my goodness, Willow, you're not going to be next week's subject. I hope. Not for us. I don't think. What are you doing, Willow? Just kidding. Willow doesn't want any attention drawn on herself, and I just messed it up. I apologize.
She says she's getting ready to fire up a live.
Oh my goodness. I'm getting scared the hell. Finding it hard to stay a lurker, but yeah. Yeah,
Hey, Lanky.
Black-Hearted says, I just say hi to people now. I try not to state opinions or views as in this community. It's not safe to do so. That's part, yeah. I mean, that's the overall unfortunate situation we're in. Lanky.
Well, and I am predicting that things are going to get worse because of people that support um, seem to support things that they shouldn't. But there are some opposing creators
Mhm.
who say that they want to start ghosting each other.
Yeah.
And
I've
I
been hearing
really,
that for a year and a half. Go ahead.
but they
About the
seem
same creator, by the way.
really darn serious this time,
Oh,
Eritrea.
oh, okay. This time it's
They're
just okay.
really serious.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
I really don't know if that will stop the cycle of
Mhm.
shady, to be honest. And I really don't know if they're going to be able to ghost each other. Um,
I'm not being sarcastic either. It has been like 18 months,
I know.
like for real, you guys.
Yeah. Hopefully, the ghosting will at least maybe lead to less arguing, but it may not
It
lead to
really could.
less shady behavior behind the scenes because shady people are always going to do their thing and get caught doing it and then turn around and play the victim.
But here's
That's
the
just
other
what they
thing,
do.
man. If somebody's being shady to you, people feel like they're justified to do shady shit back, right? And all it does is perpetuate the cycle.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, we
you
talked
dox
about that.
so and so dox so and so, so now I get to dox this person. This person doxed me, I dox them. And
Yep.
I do see people who don't engage like that, right? And so
Right.
kudos to them.
Yes.
But I do see people who are like, hey, eye for an eye, man. I heard those words. I heard eye for an eye.
Yeah. Well, go ahead and finish that saying. Eye for an eye only makes us all blind, right?
Yep. 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 It does.
Mildly Sunny says ghosting will never happen because they would have nothing to talk about.
I did hear someone say, so what if you chase me off YouTube? Who you guys going to talk about? And I thought, you know what? Good point. No matter what, if I like you or not, a busted clock can be right twice a day. Jeez. So what's the
Hold on,
mhm.
Giggles says the problem is they up the ante, which makes it very
Yeah,
dangerous.
yeah, absolutely. It does. And
And
that's
then
how things leave YouTube and go into people touching each other's real lives and things like that.
Pookie T says, is anyone craving ice cream or is it just me?
I think
Well,
everybody is craving.
now I am. Thanks, Pookie T.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Pookie. She's making an ice cream channel. Stop. Amazing. So what's the I mean, what are we supposed to do about it?
I don't know. Just keep lurking, girl.
Don't attack.
Just
Yeah, don't
keep lurking.
attack. Don't listen. Don't attack anybody, right? And listen, there people say, "Oh, I'm gonna stay in my lane. I put my sword down." All these little sayings and stuff. No, nobody's doing that. We just want look. Everybody says they want a certain thing. For me, I don't know, man, because we're doing this right. So I do
Hmm.
listen to them. Um, and I do enjoy some of the stuff, a lot of the stuff that I hear sometimes. And you know what? I do like a good shit show sometimes too. But the chronic
Yeah.
upping the ante, I mean, that is a very, very good point that Giggles made because that's what makes it more scary. We need you guys. If you guys don't come into the chat, we don't have anything, nothing. Like, who cares? Might as well just talk to ourselves against the wall. So,
Yeah. I mean, we can talk to each other outside of YouTube if Eritrea and I really want to talk to each other.
yeah, but it goes for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Hi, Captain Obvious. So, what are we supposed to do about it? Because the only
Well,
people we can control are ourselves. We can't control anybody else. So they
yeah.
just say it's safer just to lurk, says Mary Winson. People are saying, oh my goodness, Giggles. I've been eating lettuce all day. No ice cream for me. Aw. But yeah, I mean, the general consensus is that, it feels like it is just safer to lurk a lot of times. But I need people in my chat.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. But people just kind of want to stay off the radar because
Yeah.
it's like, are they going to look me up?
Yeah. Hmm.
And I was going to say this is it's a little off topic, but I heard a really smart subscriber in our community. I don't want to say her name because she might not want me to, but if she's in the chat and she wants to raise her hand, I'll give her credit for this. But she was saying that things in this community have seemed to have like really ramped up when people started streaming each other and streaming each other, streaming each other, streaming each
The
other.
sniping. They call it sniping. Yeah.
Yeah. And she was saying, like, is the solution to start striking channels? Because people haven't been striking each other for doing that because they want to be able to do it back.
I have struck someone in the past, and their channel was removed. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
It was
So
getting on my last nerve.
I thought it was interesting because I was like, it does seem like things have ramped up since that
Mhm.
became commonplace around here.
So Christy says, so you ladies don't actually call people out. We're just assuming who you're talking about, just wondering.
You
Um,
know,
yeah. Go ahead.
Christy, we actually we were going to talk about that very thing tonight, because we've been asked that, in a few other places, but we will cover that. I don't want to get into it tonight,
Yeah.
because we, just because of last week getting, and all the craziness of last week. But we will talk about that probably next time, Christy, if you want to come back.
Yeah. Just to be clear. Because look, for the most part, I mean, the feedback that I've gotten is people do kind of know who and what situations we're talking about. But this
Hmm.
past week has been so luxuriously insane. Okay. That's the only way I can
Yeah.
put it. That this is probably very confusing conversation if you haven't been in all the streams.
Oh, and Christy, I was gonna say too, because she may have missed the disclaimer, but we're not trying, just for one explanation, we're not trying to spread hate to other channels. So
Sorry, I'm
that's
laughing
one
at
reason.
Willow. I apologize. Willow made me laugh. I'm a stream you streaming me stream. What a joke. Yeah, so I'm sorry if this is confusing in any way, but we can talk a little bit about that on the next stream too. It's a lot. It's a lot of shit. I'm trying to
And
finish off.
we do give kudos at the end of the stream, and so when we're talking about positive things about creators, we do name them.
That's a very good point, Lanky Tor. So much behind the scenes. If you guys didn't catch us last week, we talked about boundaries behind the scenes. So you can watch that one if you're interested in what we had to say about it. Yes, Mildly Sunny says that's a valid question from Christine. Goes to my earlier point of not knowing what's going on if you don't watch most of the streams. Yep, I would say absolutely. The creators are so busy fighting the subs don't matter anymore, Mary Wonson says. I would say I would feel like I don't matter either if they're just arguing. Yes, Giggles, listen. Giggles says YouTube is setting this place up to be more Disney like. They will eventually change things even further. Yes, YouTube can flex their editorial control at any moment. Yeah.
So Lanky Tor says that Mary Wonson definitely has the greatest point. So Mary Wonson said, the creators are so busy fighting, subs don't matter anymore.
Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, I just pinned that and said it. But yes, absolutely.
You did? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's okay. I'm saying it because when you say someone's name, I know what comment you're going to. Because I mean, we are lucky right now. We can do like pretty individualized responses. So you don't have to shut up. Well, you're good. Did she say? Okay, I will shut up. I didn't mention oh, you can mention whatever you want. And that's part of our disclaimer too, is that you guys are free to say whatever you want. We're not going to do it, but you can do it. There might be times where people have been disrespectful, like on my channel, and I've asked them to change how they're referring to somebody because the person didn't like it. But other than that, we're all putting ourselves out here to be discussed on YouTube. So anything that's being discussed on YouTube, that's kind of the point. It's out there, right?
So let's move on to the other topic that we were going to cover.
So the other topic that we're going to cover is people trying to intimidate people into censorship. They're trying to censor people through intimidation, basically. And there was a situation, you might all know about it, you might not, but there was a particular creator that didn't really care for what was being said about them in a chat and on the channel. And I don't remember the exact circumstances of the exact things that were said, but they tried to intimidate the channel creator into stopping what they were saying about them by threatening to go what I feel is real life. And you can disagree with me if you want. They didn't like what the person was saying, apparently. I'm guessing here. It looks like their goal was to stop them from saying what they were saying that was either negative or that they just didn't like them saying about them. And they wanted to punish them because they wanted to take away the proceeds that they were getting and sending over to a charity. And welcome in, Andy Cruz. So the creator starts threatening, sets a deadline, and starts threatening to reach out to a charity that this other person sends the proceeds from their channel to. If they're not willing to stop allowing people to say what they want to say, right? And I think there were some specific things. I don't remember exactly, but it was more like, look, you better stop talking about me, or I'm going to contact these people. And in my opinion, that's going real life, right? Because whatever I believe doesn't necessarily matter, but I think the community as a whole trusts the particular creator who donates those proceeds to charity, to be honest. And if they have a disagreement, I don't think that it's a very good look. Like, it's not a very comfortable situation for somebody to try to silence somebody else's content based on how they feel about the content. So, if somebody starts up a channel and I disagree with them and I say, well, how dare you support the Lung Foundation? Like, I don't like that.
Trying to censor them by hurting a charity. It
You
just
called me
makes
a name.
it just doesn't make any sense to me.
I
mean, that's not a good look. That is not a good look.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I think that was one of the crazier things that happened. But I mean, look, my takeaway on it was that I really don't want my opinion to be censored. I have to censor myself, but I don't want other people to have the right to censor me, right? And so if I don't want other people censoring me, what right do I have to try to censor them by intimidation or threatening them? I don't think I have a right.
Right.
So how is someone else entitled to do that? How is that
Even
cool?
if you felt like you had the right to censor them by going to YouTube maybe and complaining to YouTube about them. That's one thing, but trying to censor them,
different thing. Yep.
Yeah, trying to censor them by taking funds away from a charity, because this person you don't like donates to a charity, uses their super chats to donate to a charity.
Which they would get either way. They're going to get the super chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could turn it off, but
they're gonna get those super chats. That's a great point. So why not let them give those super chats to a charity?
Yep.
Whether they like you or not.
Right.
Whether they want to say things about you because they disagree with you. Who cares?
Well, and I kind of made that point a little bit on my own channel, just saying, you know, I don't think this particular charity really cares if where the money came from, as long as it's not illegal actions. That's how charities work. They're not responsible for, if somebody said, oh, Betty has a flat tire, didn't fix that, or whatever. Somebody critiquing somebody's BS. They don't care. They need money, and that money's going to come in anyway. Why not let them have it?
And you know who did a video about this week?
You sure did, Potty Mouth. I don't know who did it. Who
It
did it?
was Giggles. Giggles in our chat.
Oh
She
yeah.
did a video that addresses, kind of what you were just saying, that
Hmm.
they'll take the money from whoever.
Yeah, I think she used a really good example. Andrew Dice Clay. I mean, let's get real. That's some foul. He has some, not politically correct content in the past in his canon for, Natalie says it seemed they were blinded by hate, with a total lack of self-awareness of how bad that looked. I think so. I think people get ragey and that happens. And I can understand it. Google says they give super chat membership money and Teespring money to charity. They are a blessing. Linkator is very sweet to everyone in chat. The other thing about that situation is, aren't we supposed to be opposed to going real life around here? Like, weren't a lot of these streams, I'm sorry, about, that person is threatening to go real life on me. Well, in the same breath, you're kind of going real life on this guy, girl, lady. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It seems, I'm sorry, seems like you are opposing the very thing that you're doing, which they say, do not become the thing you hate.
I love how you put that. I oppose the very thing that I'm doing, but I
Yeah,
oppose it when you're doing it.
but not when I'm doing it. When I'm doing it, I'm right, because I have a better sense of judgment and morality than you do. Girl, please. I know giggles, but that was a great video, by the way.
Yeah, and we got to hear Giggles' voice. I
Yep.
don't think I've ever heard it before.
We heard her on the voice changer. Voice changer going around lately again. No, it was great. It was really good. So that was my 2 cents on that, was that it'd be kind of awesome that, like, look, if I disagree with this behavior, should I be doing it? Probably not. No, it doesn't look that cool. Oh my goodness, Jen. Yeah, you'll get in trouble for that one. Sorry if I'm missing. Okay, Natalie K says it seems the definition of real life keeps changing on the daily. It does. But that, to me, that would be real life, because it's money. Like, it's the money coming into my channel. Once it hits my bank account, it's part of my life, right?
Right. And you should be able to do with it what you
Uh-huh.
see fit.
And if you don't believe that person is doing what they say they're doing, then don't give them the money. Period. But you believe that they're doing what they say they're doing, and you want to put an end to charitable contribution? What? At least something good is coming out of what you think is a mess, right?
Right.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
look at the positive side.
Crazy. Okay, mildly sunny. The lack of impulse control and lack of even the most basic of morals is astounding. It is. What in the hell do we do about it? Why Willow wants to know, why do they do live streams and take them down? I can only really answer for myself on that one. I mean, I've taken live streams down just because nobody's going to listen to it later. Or the most common reason why is because someone got doxxed. If somebody gets doxxed in my chat, it's coming down. I'm not editing it and deleting the chat and going through all that, just because the chat is so important for a live stream. Otherwise, just me babbling. Like, who cares, right? The chat is really, really important on my streams. Um, some people, I think they want to go live. They don't feel like people are interested, so they'll put them on private or delete it. Or they just want to come and talk a bunch of mess and then hide it. So it happens. Thank you, Lanky Tora. I
Yeah,
appreciate you.
I would say more often than not they want to hide their angry rant.
Now I have been, yeah, I have been asked to put things on private before by I have been asked to put things on private before by people who came onto my channel, and I have. Uh, but they don't always stay private, just the FYI. Giggles, you have a beautiful voice. You don't sound like a child. I'm all matter of fact about it. So, I mean, those were kind of like the topics that we wanted to cover this week. There's so much stuff though. And I know there's stuff cracking right now. Like we thought Monday was going to be a sure shot. Everybody's probably burned out. They've been going
Yeah.
through the gigs. Nope.
And Mondays had been really boring. You know,
They were dead.
there wasn't a lot going on.
Now
But
we're on
not
a
no
24
more.
hour. Nope. We're on 24/7 drama cycle. You could wake up in the morning from the moment your feet hit the ground and hopefully a toothbrush to your teeth, and whatever, and be engaged. You can if you want to. It's crazy. Wait, sorry. I want to make sure I'm not missing a comment. Mildly Sunny says, "Can't you delete a comment in the chat without deleting the entire chat unless the docs is the channel name?" Of course, yes. So you can absolutely, but if you display your chat on the screen, which I used to do, it'll still show up unless you edit that part of the video out. And when you edit that part of the video out, your whole live chat goes away from YouTube. Now, there is a way. I think you could probably download it and re-upload it, but it would look janky. I don't know. Hopefully that's not politically incorrect, janky. Nowadays, everything is so politically incorrect. Okay, so Jen Vaughn says, I find a creator I like, I follow them, and they continuously shut down their channel, change names. I find them under another pseudonym. Why do they keep changing game and delete name? You know what? I don't know. I've been seeing that sometimes too. I have absolutely no idea.
Sometimes they
Potty mouth.
get their channel taken down, and that's why they have to do that.
Where's your heart? Says, hi, ladies. Love your channel, new sub. Thank you for being here. Sometimes, I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I honestly was looking at where's your heart.
There's some people that their channel gets taken down by YouTube sometimes because they're not being politically correct, and they have to start over again. That happens sometimes.
Yeah, it does. And I don't really want to get into that too much because I've been saying for a good year that's going to start happening more and more. And Giggles me that point that YouTube is trying to clean things up a lot. And there are actual YouTube slash internet attorneys, like with a Juris Doctorate, not just somebody that, you call 1-800 get bent or whatever, but like actual YouTube attorneys that they go through the terms of service and how it, what are the actual laws that govern through the FTC and things like that. We might see a big cleanup. It could happen. Yes, Willow Giggles has a channel. Giggles, please drop your link for Willow. She's very creative. Sorry, I had to spit that out real quick.
Yeah, everybody sub to Giggles.
Yes, she's great. And she doesn't want to be a mod on any new channels, by the way. This poor woman is overworked and underpaid.
So let's give our kudos.
Okay.
You ready?
No, I want to hang out. I'm so used to the hey. I haven't been live for a minute, so yeah. Let's do the kudos. I'm ready. I'm always ready.
Okay. So for the new people, we at the end of our stream, we try to recognize creators and sometimes subs in the community that did something positive or they made a really great point. And so this week we wanted to give kudos to kind of a group of people that a group of creators that have been arguing for a while.
Well, I would say they had a public there were very public falling outs between certain people in these groups, right?
Yeah, that's probably a better way to put it. They had a public falling out.
Yeah.
And thank you. That's a better way to put it. And it was Mandy Bell and Hello Starlight.
Mhm.
And then, and there's some other people like, Hello Starlight's friends,
Yeah.
um, one being 180
I think
degrees.
Mandolin too. I want to
Yeah.
say Mandolin, and Mandy Bell had been tight for a minute. They kinda, publicly everybody knew that ended, and they all kinda were able to apologize and say, "I take responsibility for my part in this too. I'm sorry." It was very cool. I thought that was awesome, by the way.
Yeah. And it doesn't mean, so they had a falling out. And they've apologized. So, we saw a stream where they were, apologizing to each other.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that they're friends again,
Right.
but they're coexisting. And so, they
Exactly.
deserve kudos for sure, and for just coexisting with each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, so yeah, and so we wanted to give them a shout
Yay.
out.
Woot woot. That was the lamest.
And and
I couldn't I couldn't get my golf clap ready, girl.
and I was gonna look at the chat to see if anyone kind of knew, what we were referring to. I can't remember.
Oh,
Was
the
it
stream. It
I
was
think it was Mandy's stream, right?
yeah,
Like Saturday or
it
Friday. I
was
can't
an
remember.
exposure stream, I want to say, wasn't
Oh,
it?
okay.
It
Okay.
was okay, so the stream was called 180 Degrees, and we got to hear about how to take care of a saltwater pool, and then we got to hear the story of Analyzer and a bunch of other stuff, and but then by the end of that stream, there was some common ground found, at least public coexisting. That was really nice to see, by the way.
Yeah. And then we also wanted to give kudos to Marsha White Sharky, because she has been, along with several other people, she's been calling out a creator in the community for lying. And she
Oh my god.
and she created a video. Okay, so the creator's always like, where did I lie? How have I lied? You can't tell me one
I
lie I've ever
owned
said.
it. I owned it.
And so Marsha created a video with a list of things that she feels like are lies
Mhm.
by the creator. And, I think she deserves kudos for that,
Yeah.
because if you're going to say that about somebody, you really should be able to say, how they lied, and especially if they call you out and say, prove it, show where I did that.
Is that up
And
on her channel right now? Like, when did she do that?
I can't remember which day it was.
Sorry, I put you
I
on the spot.
Yeah, it was this past week, and I believe that it's still up. But
Good, good.
it's just, if you're going to make an accusation, you should be able to back it up,
Mhm.
and at least say what you're referring to. Like if I say you're a liar, I need to be able to say what lies I'm referring to. And so, I just appreciated the fact that she answered the question. And I'm
Mhm.
sure the creator disagrees with her list, but at least she answered the question.
Right. So there you go. Kudos to Marsha on that one. I need to watch that video or live, whichever it was, because I did miss it. And also Gingerlock's mom. Hi. Good to see you. Welcome in. That's great. I mean, if you can back that up, it's kind of
Yeah.
awesome. Oh, okay. Mildly Sunny said, I think Marsha's latest list was yesterday. Has there been more than one? I haven't watched it yet. I'm sure there's enough content for more than one, but That's pretty cool. Good for her. Well, good for everybody, actually. I'm sorry. I was very relieved to see coexisting. I was.
Yeah.
I really was. And I hope nobody takes that the wrong way, but it was refreshing.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to mean friendship. It just means coexisting.
Yeah. Yeah, because I would like to be able to coexist too. We should all be able to, the point is, I think, uh, we should all be able to feel a little bit safer, right? If we work towards it, but maybe not if we don't. And I think that was a move to work towards it. And I love the Marsha. I'm gonna have to go. I haven't seen it, but I love the idea of backing it up. Need a break from wicked drama, Willow? Well, welcome to Lurker's Logic. For now, we're here for now. Um, but on that note, I would like to say, are we going to be here now? Monday was our night. Are we going to be here next week or no? Are we taking next Monday off? I think we are, right?
Yeah. Yes, we will not be here next week.
So next week there will be no Lurker's Logic. People have other obligations to do in real life for the summer. Thank goodness. But that being said, we should be back the following week.
Yes.
If people haven't blown the community up beyond recognition by then, and we actually have something to talk about, we will be here. And so, what we do try to shoot for is 9:30, 10 o'clock on a Monday.
Yeah.
Regardless if somebody else has something else that they just decided to do, we still go live because people do actually listen to us on the replay a little bit more than they come in to participate in the chat. But hey, we're the ones that called ourselves Lurkers Logic, so
That's right.
we're getting the traffic that we created so far. But I should also say thank you to I'm telling you, this channel has grown a great deal. I posted a little thing on my own community post because we don't have one. Just thanking everybody for spreading the channel and spreading the love. I hope you guys are liking the channel and for participating. So thank you to everybody who comes
Willow
and lurks.
does.
What?
Willow does. She likes the
Willow?
channel. Yeah. She
Yeah,
says she loves it.
good. So I want to thank everybody that comes in and either lurks. She says she's wound up tight tonight, girl. I can relate. I've been trying to go live for like a week, dang it. Okay. And I haven't been able to. I feel it. Hi, Lucky Lou Hill. Um,
Hey, Brian.
you are fashionably late. Ah, long time no see. Geez, this chat is so slow to catch up, but Lanky, I will get you to 1,000. Oh, you guys are good. You guys are promoting each other's channels. I love it. So on that note, I can wrap it up. Hi, Brian.
Yeah, just thanks to everybody that is chatting and the lurkers and the
Mhm.
mods.
Hey, Warrior Grandma. Yeah, and I just wanted to say to hey Nada's Kitchen. Dang it. I just got out of a meeting and missed another live. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. You've been working late, girl. Good for you. I'm so glad. But on that note, I wanted to say, listen, so we don't see every single thing that happens around here, right? And obviously, like we say in the disclaimer, we don't know everything. We might get things wrong. If you guys have a suggestion or an idea or something like that, that you guys would like us to talk about, a topic, right? If you are not shy or scared, if you could leave it in the comment section of either this live stream or the last one or whatever. And if you are shy and don't want to publicly say what you're thinking, email it to lurkerslogic@gmail.com. That's in the About Me section of this channel. We will read it. If you send anything personal, like you're trying to reach me, you're trying to reach Speak Truth of Love, it's going to be ignored. But if it's a suggestion, topic, show idea, that sort of thing, we'll definitely read it and do what we can. Thank you so much. Thank you, Next. Thank you to all the people who come in here and mod, that chat, that lurk, that smirk, that giggle, that cry. We appreciate you guys being here.
And you
And
know
yeah,
what? thanks to everybody for being so nice to each other. You know,
I know.
everyone
We
in
don't have
here
to
is
be.
so sweet and supportive of each other. It's nice.
Fancy Pants Reptar says we are winning. Well, that's good to hear. Yeah, so thank you to everybody. And we'll be back not next week again, like I said, the week after. Until then, I hope everybody stays safe and, take care and enjoy your summer, by the way. It's beautiful. The world is beautiful. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you
Good
so much.
night.